One morning, Toby the tram engine was feeling glum. It had been some time since he'd taken any passengers with Henrietta. All he could do was sit and watch. Just then Gordon puffed in to take on water.
Oh, hello, Gordon. Are you pulling the express today?
Who else but me?
You're lucky to always have passengers. You know, Henrietta and I haven't gone this long without passengers since... well, not since my old tramway closed down. It was back in the good old days. We had our own line, hauled freight, and Henrietta was always bustling with passengers. They'd visit us on holiday, and they'd always remember our names. But then they stopped coming back. My line was closed, and the good old days were over. It would be nice to have my old tramway again, like having my own branch line.
Pah! Branch lines are just useless extensions of the important main line. That's all Sir Topham Hatt cares about.
And he puffed away. Just then, Thomas came in with some freight cars. He saw Toby looking dismayed.
What's the matter, Toby?
Oh, just miss being useful. If I could just have some work to do,
he said sadly.
Well, you can't take that train of building supplies to Percy for me. They're needed up at the work site of the new mainline extension. Then I'll be able to collect Sir Tom Hatt early, and you'll have some work to do.
Toby was excited, though the extension was news to him.
Come on, Toby. We'll take Thomas's branch line to give you a nice long run.
Toby was now beaming with joy and reversed into the train of supplies and set off for the work site. But as he puffed down the line, he couldn't stop thinking about what Gordon had said.
So Topham Hatt really does only care about the main line?
Meanwhile, Percy was fuming.
Where's Thomas? I'm exhausted.
He'll be here soon, but we must remind him not to spoil the surprise.
Percy was puzzled.
What surprise?
But before his driver could answer, Toby arrived.
Here are the building supplies, Percy.
Toby, what are you doing here?
I'm sorry, Thomas told me I could deliver these supplies for him. Is there anything else I can do to help?
Percy eyed a long line of freight cars.
You could take those trucks back to the yards for me.
The train looked quite heavy for Toby, but he agreed. He rolled into a special junction called a Y to change directions. He then buffered up to the train, and he was on his way. Soon, Toby was pushing the heavy train of freight cars up a big hill. But just as he reached the top, the weight of the cars became too much for him. His driver shut off steam and applied the brakes, but it was too late. There was worse to come.
Oh no!
Look out, Percy!
Toby rocked past Percy into some bushes near the work site.
Oh, that's bad.
Toby shut his eyes and braked with all his might. And at last came to a stop in front of an old station with an old shed. When Toby opened his eyes, he couldn't believe where he was. Percy pulled up behind him.
Are you alright, Toby?
Toby was bubbling with excitement.
Percy, this is my old tramway, and look, there's my old shed. I never thought I'd see it again.
Just then, Thomas arrived with a work crew and Sir Topham Hatt.
You should know your own strength by now, Toby.
I'm sorry, sir, but I only wanted to help.
I'm aware of that. I'm just glad to see you're safe, though it is a shame you spoiled the surprise.
My surprise, sir?
Yes, Toby. Our new extension is in fact a restoration. We are restoring and connecting your tramway with the main line and Thomas's branch line.
Hooray! Yay!
Toby grinned from buffer to buffer.
Oh, sir. Thank you, sir.
When the restoration was complete, Toby and Henrietta took a special charter of friends, old and new, down the line on opening run. For Toby, it seemed the good old days were here to stay.